Guten Tag, mein Name ist Ken DeLeon.
Hello, my name is Ken DeLeon. With the LD editor from the Automation System PSS4000, safety and automation are available within the software. The control system PSSU PLC can be programmed in accordance with IEC 61131 using the LD editor. Now I'll show you the basic functions of the LD editor. In order to use the LD editor, I need to add a new block via the project tree in the Project Manager under IEC 61131. I can enter a name via the context menu New POU. I'll call it POU_LD. I'll change the programming language to LD, ladder diagram. This message appears. A library element cannot be created from a POU that is programmed in LD. This means that from this POU, I cannot generate a block that I can add to my user library. But that's okay, because I can use it again via the Project Manager. I can also select the type. To do this, I select a program. When I press OK, a new pop-up window appears, which refers to the keyboard support, the Content Assistant, and also a quick fix. I'll show you these 3 points in a moment. The workspace opens up in the center with the declaration window above it and the program code below it. I can click directly into the area down here. On the left you can see a contact and on the right a coil, in other words an input and an output. These are highlighted in red because they are not linked to a variable. To establish this link, I'll type in a name for a variable. I'll call it var_1. When I confirm by pressing Enter, this input remains highlighted. If I hold down Ctrl and 1, the quick fix will open. If I press Enter again, a window will open, in which I can modify the attributes and properties for the variable var_1. The variable type here is var. I also have the option to convert this to var external or var temp, so I can decide whether I wish to use a global variable or a temporary variable. I'll leave the variable as var. Under Attribute, I can choose whether it is to be constant or retain persistent. In other words, if I need to store this variable in remnant memory, I can use the attribute retain persistent. The data type is bool, array, PI variable means process image variable and is a hardware variable. The preview shows how this variable is declared. If I press OK, this variable is immediately entered up here. The status changes from red to blue. As such, it is declared and is also used in the program code. I can do the same for the output variable. Now both variables are declared and are used in the program. Via the palette, you have the opportunity to add more NO contacts, as well as other contacts or outputs. However, this doesn't happen via drag and drop, but via click and click. This means I click once on the NO contact so that it sticks to the mouse. Now if I go to the programming area, a green field appears. If I then click on it once, the tool automatically inserts the NO contact into the program. If I wish to add more, you can see immediately that the program wishes to insert another contact, which is highlighted in green. If you don't wish to add any more, you have the option to remove this via the Escape key or to click on the mouse pointer via the palette, and this will also remove it. This is now an AND function. Variable 1 and variable 2 start the last. If I want an OR function, I can click again on an NO contact and position it down here. If I wish to set this OR function via both contacts, I will need to go about this differently. I highlight variable 1 and variable _3, click on the NO contact, and already it is set over both variables. To make it easier to insert NO contacts or outputs, you have the option to add further details via the palette. In the context menu, via View, Details, you can display further information about NO or NC contacts, which make them easier to add. For example, the AND function can be added more quickly using Shift and F8. Shift and F11 does the same for the OR function. If I wish to add an OR function over 2 or 3 blocks, I need to highlight these blocks and then add the OR function with Shift and F11. To add a new network either above or below, I right-click for the context menu and Add Network. You then have the option to add certain program sections from the first network into the second network, or to move them by cutting them entirely and pasting them down here. You can also use blocks from the library, particularly FS control blocks, such as the emergency stop. If I wish to insert this, I click once on the block, and then click again to paste it. The last point I want to demonstrate is the ability to implement a mixed project via ladder diagram. In a new network, I add a block from the STL editor, and there it is, already added. I can do the same with an IL block, so already you have a mixed project. Now that you're familiar with the basic functions of the LD editor, there is nothing to stop you programming your own project. I wish you every success.